2020 is the year of the woman. It marks the 100th anniversary of suffrage, that which gave women in our nation the right to vote. Utah once led the way, with Seraph Young casting the first vote in Utah in 1870. But since then, we've struggled.
I would like to thank my husband Fred for letting me come today. I love to say that because it irritates the women's livers more than anything that I say.
In 1923, Alice Paul introduced the Equal Rights Amendment to ensure that the federal Constitution recognized that equal rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex.
This cause is important. Our mothers deserve this, our sisters deserve this, our daughters deserve this.
It takes 38 states to ratify an amendment to the U.S. federal Constitution. In the 1970s, we got all the way to 35 states. But then Phyllis Schlafly and her Eagle Forum and others led a misinformation campaign that effectively stalled the effort.
The Equal Rights Amendment says you cannot discriminate on account of sex. And if you want to deny a marriage license to a man and a man, or deny a homosexual the right to teach in the schools or to adopt children, it is on account of sex that you would deny it, and that would be unconstitutional under ERA.
There was a great deal of unease in that era about the role of women in society generally. And I think people were nervous about the extent to which the world was changing. There was a lot of rhetoric around the family and how the Equal Rights Amendment would be detrimental to the family. I never could understand, let alone buy that argument, because it seemed to me that women needed to be treated fairly under the law in order to take adequate care of their families.
Overwhelmingly, Americans support constitutional equality between men and women, but most Americans believe that we've already achieved that, but we haven't. What constitutional equality means to me is three things. First, there is a higher standard for equal treatment for women and men with the ERA. Second, we have new avenues for recourse when we experience discrimination. And third, the Equal Rights Amendment is symbolic. It helps us achieve the vision we share as Americans across religion and politics and demographics. There's one thing that we all believe in, and that's that every American should have an equal shot.
Having passed the House and the Senate, the only remaining obstacle was for 38 states to ratify it. And that is where the hold-up has been. We never quite crossed that threshold, although we are tantalizingly close. 37 states have ratified it over the years, so we're just one away.
This is something that we need to continue to do. We need to make sure that our women continue to have the equality.
The only thing we're asking in the ERA is to acknowledge the fact that women are born equal to men.
It would also, I think, contribute to Utah's reputation as a state where people do have rights and where the leaders of our community, of our legislature, recognize that our documents, our founding documents like the federal Constitution, have meaning.
We are just one state away, giving these 13 states a huge opportunity to genuinely make history.
I'm a fan of the adage, better late than never. Utah, it's time to ratify the Equal Rights Amendment.